Joining me now are Geiger and Krista Knigge, two of our incredible volunteers that have been working so hard throughout the week of World Dairy Expo. Let's start by just giving us a rundown of your week.
Well, I love cows and I love the dairy people here, to be honest, and I come rolling on the grounds about 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, and I'm superintendent of the college judging contest now, and it's 98th year, so we do it's Selection Sunday, and I consider the college contest the NCAA championship for dairy cattle judging, and then return to the grounds on Monday about 5, and I walked out of here at 11:15 and 15.5 miles on my Fitbit here.
Gosh.
And then Tuesday starts, and of course my full-time job is with Hordes Dairyman, but interweave that. Tuesday morning I emceed the Council on Dairy Cattle Breeding meeting here in Exhibition Hall, one of the earlier seminars of the week, from 8 to 1, and then did some of my work responsibilities and volunteer activities, and actually today I'm generally down in the show ring as we continue to monitor the cows and health and well-being of them, and working with Dr. Sheila McGurk.
That's wonderful. And Krista, what's your week entailed?
So I've also had a very busy and productive week. I am the administrator at the Division of Agricultural Development at the Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection for the state of Wisconsin. So we've been hosting some international delegations, Middle East, India, Indonesia, Australia, just to name a few, and Latin America. So we've been hosting them as they're having conversations with buyers and people that they want to connect with here in the dairy industry, because this is the dairy mecca, right?
Right.
And we've also hosted a seminar on dairy labor issues earlier in the week. And it's been a very productive week, met a lot of connections, and it's been really a great time to meet people. Even the Lieutenant Governor for the state of Wisconsin and Governor Walker came by yesterday afternoon to meet some of the dairy farmers and some of the Wisconsin companies that are here.
That's wonderful.
And might I add, when you were touring with the governor, and you know, the building we're in here, Pavilion 1 and 2, the New Holland Pavilions, it was that incredible synergy of World Dairy Expo Board of Directors, Dane County, and the state of Wisconsin that brought this to reality and breathed life into it, and really made the next generation of World Dairy Expo up and running.
No doubt about it. I think along with the Midwest Horse Fair also contributed. I mean, it really is incredible. I mean, to think that we were, you know, to get everybody on the same page and have that true vision that this is where World Dairy Expo needs to be, but we need to build this so that we can, you know, be prepared for the next frontier, for the future to come. That's awesome. So how do you build on all the activity, all the connections, everything from this week, when you have to go back to your normal jobs, you know, on Monday or probably even tomorrow?
Well, I have 3 pages left in my journal that started out at 60 pages blank, so there'll be quite a bit of follow-up here. And it's actually, I consider this is my biggest networking event of the year. And the conversations that I have will bear fruit years to come. And one of those was actually we launched our 4th edition, language edition of Hordes Dairyman, our Chinese Hordes Dairyman China here. And been getting a lot of positive buzz on that. So you know, if the things that you start here in a conversation may take a year or 2 or even more to breathe life into them and bring them to reality.
Absolutely. Congratulations. That's super exciting. How about for you, Krista?
You know, it's super exciting this week, and so kind of building on the momentum from what we've done, and like Corey, made a lot of contacts this week. I look forward to meeting some new people and continuing the conversations that started here this week.
Can you tell us, you guys have a long storied volunteer and work effort and time here at World Dairy Expo. How did it get started? How did your passion for the show, and I mean, you know, the industry, we know, many of us, it was born inherently into us, but what about the show?
One of my favorite stories, I had never been to the show until I qualified to represent the state of Wisconsin in our 4-H dairy cattle judging team, and I walked into the Coliseum and the shavings, and I just sat there in awe, and I'm like, I want to be part of this. And I sat and looked around so much. I didn't do so well in the air shares, but did well the rest of the day.
There you go.
And I was hooked ever since. And I love being with dairy people. I love their work ethic, the passion they have for their cattle, and anything I can do to help make their experience here better is how I approach life.
That's right, exactly.
For me, it was a little different. My first experience at World Dairy Expo was in college as a student at UW-Madison and part of the Badger Dairy Club. So I helped make some of those amazing grilled cheese sandwiches when I was in college, and that's where I first got exposed to the show and the people, right? The people are really great in this industry, and that's why I'm so glad to be a part of it and be here.
Exactly. You know, it's so funny because I try to make grilled cheese sandwiches for my kids at home, or, you know, when you try and make them at home, I don't think they're ever quite as good as when you have them here. I think it might be, I don't put enough butter on it. I don't
Extra
know, something
butter.
like that,
You need the
or
butter.
the coated griddle.
One issue we didn't have this year with all the rain, 2 years I co-chaired that, and the temperatures were in the 80s all week.
Oh
and
my
I wanted
gosh,
to
right,
all the McDonald's franchises to get the mix
sure,
for the
right,
malts
right,
because we ran out on Thursday.
Yeah. So quickly shifting gears to this evening. So we have would you give us a glimpse into the really special, super cool role that the two of you will have in the Supreme Ceremony tonight?
Some of our friends and colleagues know that Corey and I have got a hobby together the past couple years, and we've been dancing. So we are super excited to be a part of the Supreme Ceremony. And if you'd like to see us dance live, catch us at 4 o'clock for the Supreme Champion Ceremony.
That's awesome. And how did you get your start in doing that in all your free time? Because clearly, I mean, it sounds like your schedules are pretty booked, but how did you make time for that?
It's date night.
There you go. Nice.
Very simple.
We bought a Groupon about 6 years ago, and that got us started in dancing, and we kept up with it. It's been fun.
We've been dancing ever since, and a couple of years ago we had the fortune of being on Family Feud with Krista's family, and then throughout the audition process, which was quite lengthy, and eventually meeting Steve Harvey, my moniker was the Dancing Dairyman, so we're going to bring the Dancing Dairyman to the Colored Shavings tonight, right about 4 o'clock.
That's awesome. You guys, thank you for all that you do for World Dairy Expo. Thank you for being one of the so many salt of the earth people that is World Dairy Expo, and all the people within the dairy industry that share this inherent passion that is in all of us. So thank you, and have an awesome evening tonight. We cannot wait to see you in the Supreme Ceremony.
We're looking
Thanks,
forward to
Laura.
it. Laura.
Awesome. Thank you.